What? You thought a bit of apocalypse would shut down Eververse? Not likely. We have two choices here. Give up, give in, or stand up, brush off the dirt, and face whatever comes. With style. Even in the worst of times, if you look good, you feel good. And this place? It could use a little glamour. So, what can Eververse do for you today?
Sup, internet? Just want to set the scene for that clip. This is near the beginning of Destiny 2. You have just landed you landed on the tower after being told that a mishap has happened at the tower. So you land and is in ruins, flames everywhere. You run through the main enemy of this game called Cabal, giant space turtles. Fight your way through the tower, seeing people that you've seen since Destiny 1, Cascade, all of those. You finally make it through the tower to a opening where Holiday picks you up, takes you to the Cabal ship. You land there and you fight through the Cabal ship, going through some more space turtles to get to the reactor. Blow that up. You fight your way through some more, get to the top of it. You are there, then put face to face to Gaul, with Gaul, this game's main quote-unquote antagonist. He is a giant space turtle, and I'll admit, pretty cool armor. I think his design is actually pretty cool, for the most part, except for the Vader and Masnon and stuff. But he berates you and assaults you and talks about you not worthy of the travelers, like this giant ball that's in the sky. And at that time, he cuts you off from your light, which is where your powers come from, and then proceeds to kick you and your ghost off the tower. You land in the city. It's in ruin. Cabal troops are running through the city, probably caging up people, destroying property, all that stuff like that. You somehow survived that drop from the, I don't know what you would call it, tower in the sky, with a sliver of health. You walked your way, limped your way through the city, avoiding a helicopter and trying to just find some safe haven. You run into your ghost. Ghost barely alive, comes over to you and gives you a little bit of light. The little residual light that it had left in it. You then proceed to leave the city. You end up going through like 3 areas. It's supposed to be like day from night to day, but it's actually just like 3 areas. You end up fighting the only real new enemy to this game, Cabal dogs, and you see a hawk. The hawk seems to want you to follow it, so you do. You follow it, and you come in contact with a sniper named Hawthorne. She has a helicopter and she's taking refugees to a safe haven called the farm. So you have no other real option, so you jump in the helicopter and you go. You are then taken to the farm. The farm has really nobody there at the moment except for NPCs you can't really interact with. And so you're pretty much going to be sent onto another mission. After that mission, though, come back. There are blips everywhere. The NPCs have arrived that you can talk to, so you proceed to talk to a whole bunch of them. But one of these blips is special. One of these blips belongs to a character named Tess Everest. You walk up to her, and that clip at the beginning of this video plays. Pretty much telling you, you just spent $60. For some people, that is a lot of money, regardless of whatever. And we have probably made millions of dollars at this point. And you might have bought the $30 season pass. Once again. But come here, even though I know, that the tower and the city is in ruins and we all might die. But I need for you to open your wallet and give me some money. Not Glimmer, the game's like currency, but actual money, like out of your physical wallet, because we don't have enough. We want more. And so, with that, I have pretty much explained why that clip is there. I wanted people to like see that because maybe they've forgotten, but I showed it because that is the point where I instantly hated Destiny 2. Like, if you talk to any of my friends, you will know that I'm not Destiny's biggest fan. The moment Destiny 1 came out and I beat the story, I took my time going through it so nobody can say, like, oh yeah, you rushed through it, so that's what it is, and blase blase, you didn't give it a chance. No, I took my time going through that, got to the end of it, and I was like, what? But I've been one of their biggest, like, loudest, like, one of the biggest, loudest people talking against this game, because after I beat that story and then I looked at the game as in its entirety, I saw what they were trying to do, what they've done, and seemingly nobody else did. So I would tell people, but I just brought this up because I find it hilarious that here in 2017, well, 18 now, I made this originally at 2017, but I'm re-recording it. I recorded it at night, so moving on. Here in 2018, but when this argument was a big thing, it was 2017. Hasn't started up really again yet. People were bitching and complaining about Eververse. Like, Eververse is killing the game. It's really fucking up the game. And I just looked at all these people, and have been looking at all these people like, where have you been for the entirety of Destiny 1? Destiny 1 released with lackluster, insulting content. Like, no developer worth their salt would fucking release a game in that state with that bullshit content in it. Then, instead of fixing it, sent their actual design team off to some island to make Destiny 2. And when people complain, rightfully so, they say, okay, we'll fix it. Give us money, though. We need you to give us money to fix a game that we made and fucked up with. Because we know y'all will. And so it's just amazing that people are just dumbfounded, because one of Destiny 1's biggest, like, turning points for everybody, almost everybody, even people that couldn't stand Destiny 1 at launch, was Taken King. Taken King fixed all the problems. It gave Destiny a story. It gave Destiny a fucking reason to play. They fixed all these problems, blase, 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 and I'm just like, what did it fix? Like, yeah, it kind of fixed the whole light problem and shit like that, but you had to pay $40. It fixed some of the guns and shit like that, but you had to pay $40. It put microtransactions in the game. You had to pay $40. Actually, I don't know if you had to pay $40 for that, but the point is, you had to pay them to fix a game they released in a sad, miserable state with microtransactions included, to add in features that people have been, one, complaining about not being there in the first place, and two, should have been there in the first place. Like, people from day one have been talking about different sparrows, sparrow racing, freaking emotes, and all this stuff, and they added in and pretty much tell you, oh, we added it, give us money for it though, because we know that we have y'all by the balls and y'all will accept it and embrace it, which they did. Oh, but you know, they embraced it because they paid for the live events. Bullshit. These people, you're telling me, these assholes who, I remind you, $500 million for the entirety for the entirety of Destiny 1. I mean, Destiny, the whole franchise or whatever. 10 years. Because people like to say, oh, well, it's not $500 million for that one game. It's for the entire thing. Okay, I'll hold you to that. They made $500 million before the game even came out in pre-orders alone. And that's probably lowballing it. Because they probably made a lot more than that. They did make more than that. After launch, they made more than that. And with all that money, they still managed to say, give us more money, and got it. And so, somehow, you're telling me that you think that with all the cut content, the confirmed cut content that Destiny 1 had, with the DLCs, a House of Wolves, the freaking was it the Taken King? Was it the Crota? Freaking maybe Rise Iron, but Taken King, freaking Crota, and House of Wolves. That these assholes did not have SRL and all these other live events already like under their belt and already in development for their fucking live team, and just said, oh, well, you know, Luke Smith said something stupid, but we're going to recover by saying, oh, well, if you give us money, we'll update this game that we should have been doing updates for and fixing shit for free because, you know, we're a developer, we fucked up, we should take the fucking fall for that shit. But no, we're gonna make y'all take the fall for it and give y'all shit y'all should have fucking had from day fucking one. And y'all are just gonna accept it and think that that's why we did it. So SRL, I find it hard to believe that stuff like that was not already planned and already like mostly done. It just needs to fucking be put in the game. But the fact is, they put Eververse in the game. They got you to pay for shit that should have been stuff you could have unlocked in the game. And then with the entirety of Destiny 1, Bungie did the smartest thing. They said our fan base is kind of easily manipulated by whatever we do. Why the fuck should we do anything? And thus Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is in a sad fucking state. It looks a little bit better. The controls are still perfect as far as I'm concerned. But they did a whole bunch of things to pretty much fuck the game up. They made it so that it takes forever for everything to cool down. The guns are even more underwhelming than they were in Destiny 1. Because people like to say, oh, the guns are boring now. Where have you been? The guns in Destiny have always been boring. Yes, they sometimes can feel good to shoot, but they are all extremely boring to use because they are all extremely boring guns. Oh, this is a pistol. What does it do? It shoots bullets. What? Oh, this is a scout rifle. What does it do? It shoots bullets. What does this do? It shoots bullets. Almost every game in Destiny, every gun in Destiny shoots bullets. All armor is just boring freaking armor that's mostly just cosmetic with different stats. Right? Destiny was crap from day one to the day it ended, quote unquote, aka when Destiny 2 came out. It never got better, except it's only ever slightly got better, but that's not saying much because it was at the bottom of the barrel from day one. So going a little bit higher, not that hard. But the fan base and community is under the impression that, oh, well, Destiny 1, it was better. And it's like, no, it's not. And the fact that you say that proves the point that Bungie did everything right. Why would they fix anything when their fan base will still say stuff like Destiny 1 was better? Because the only way I can see somebody saying that, honestly, is just for nostalgia. Which I still somehow have a little bit of because I played it since day one. I met a lot of cool people. I had a lot of fun with those people. Not because of the game, but because of people. But like, no matter how much fun I had in Destiny, I always was thinking, I wish I was playing a better game with these people. Because if I was, I would actually be having a lot more fun. Destiny interfered with the little bit of fun I had. But I still kind of went off topic, but that's all I had to say about this at the moment. So later, YouTube, internet people, if anybody actually listens to all my rambling, hopefully somebody will do.